Welcome back to London Vegans. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a good one. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Polly isn't here because she's at work, but I've decided to do a what I eat in a day video, which of course is quite a popular thing on lots of YouTube channels, not just the vegan ones, but just generally. I haven't been up long, so excuse the puffy, blotchy face. Just trying to consume my pint of water before I eat my breakfast. So welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to prepare a quinoa porridge. Not a lot of people like quinoa. I love it. I know Polly doesn't like it. It has quite a weird taste, quite a bitter taste to it, but you have to wash the quinoa before you boil it. Now I'm going to use half a cup of quinoa. Half a cup seems quite a lot. Might be quite a filling porridge, this one. Okay, now to make this porridge, some people actually add milk straight to the dry quinoa and just boil it up there. I'm actually going to add some water first. A cup and a half of water to my half cup of quinoa. So while the quinoa's simmering away, I thought I'd show you my little office here. Not much to see, but I've got a bit of work to do before I head out. I'm going to go for a walk at some point after breakfast. Now I'm doing some work for a friend of mine who's called Stuart Miles, and he's got a website called milesyoungher.com, which is basically a new project that he's just started just in the last few months. There's Stuart just there. And he's encouraging people to look after their skin. I don't know if he uses many cruelty-free products. I know that he's quite keen to. I know that he also eats a lot of vegan food. He's not vegan, but he's a really nice guy, and I've been doing some filming projects for him, which you can see on his website. Here's one here. We went to see Forbidden Nights, a stripper show. It's not as rude as you might think, but this is a video that I filmed for Stuart.
Stuff for these women, but what do they do about how they look? Is it all about the body, and do they forget about the face?
So that's one of the videos that I've filmed and edited for Stuart, and I'm just about to do a thumbnail for Stuart's YouTube channel, which you can see here. A recent video that I've just uploaded I need to do a thumbnail for, and the video is about what women think about men aging.
So what do women really think about the way men age? Well, we've come here to the Forbidden Night show, where these women here are about to see some men strut their stuff to find out what women really think about the way men age.
Some of you might recognise Stuart as well, because he used to be a presenter on Blue Peter back in the 90s. I think it was the early 90s. I think he did it for about 4 or 5 years. So I'm just going to screen grab this and make it into a thumbnail. I'm using a program called PicMonkey, which I love. I think I pay a little amount every year for this to use the service. I'm just adding some brightener to make it pop. 1280. Okay, so we're almost done with the quinoa. It's almost cooked. You'll know because it fluffs up. About 15-20 minutes usually. You might need to add more water too. So the next step is to add your non-dairy milk. Now I've got a little bit of almond milk. I usually use KOKO coconut milk, which I find is the best for tea. But I've got a little bit of almond milk that I don't usually use, so I'm gonna use a little bit of this with the coconut milk. I'm going to add 1.5 cups, which might seem quite a lot, but this quinoa does actually absorb liquid quite well. Actually, I'm going to go for a cup just to start with. So I'm going to put half a cup of almond and half a cup of the cocoa. I guess you can choose whatever fruit you prefer. Banana seems to work quite well with porridge. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mash this into a bowl instead of just adding it by slicing it to the porridge. It's not that ripe, this banana, but it will be fine once it's mashed. Now I'm going to add this banana to the quinoa. Now, as well as the banana, I'm going to add pecan nuts. You can also use walnuts, I guess. but I've got some left over from Christmas which I'm going to use up. So I've got these pecans. I'm going to add those right at the end though, but I'm also going to add something which is from Creative Nature Superfoods. They kindly sent us a big box of foods to review, so we're going to be doing a review video of these flapjacks which we've been sent as well. Thank you very much to Creative Nature Superfoods for sending us those. But in the box they also sent us some of this, which is raw cacao, which is powder, which is high in magnesium and iron, and it's gluten, dairy, wheat and soy free. It's approved by the Vegan Society, so I'm going to use some of that. I've never used some of the powder before. They've also sent us some of the cocoa nibs, which I was going to use, but I've done that before, so I didn't really want to try that just yet, although we're going to do another recipe video soon which is going to include those. And it says on here that it's perfect for hot chocks and baking, so hopefully it will work in the porridge. Ah, it smells good. So I'm going to add, just to make this bit chocolatey, this porridge, I'm going to add a teaspoon just to see what it's like. It says here adding a tablespoon to a smoothie or a hot chocolate for a spiced hot chocolate, so I guess you can do that as well. So I might add more actually. Going to add these to the porridge now. And I'm just going to serve this up now with some maple syrup. This is quite a lot of quinoa porridge. I think I've done 2 servings here, so I can always reheat this, which is what I'm going to do. Not that greedy, although Polly would disagree. So the final step, maple syrup. So good. Great with the pecans. So I've done a few jobs here around the flat this morning. Going to pop out to a local shop just here in Bermondsey. I'm quite lucky actually. I've got an organic shop which is really nearby. It's about a 5-minute walk. The guys down there are really nice and they sell a lot of vegan stuff, so I'm going to go over there now. We had a storm here last night. I know Polly was up all night last night with her rattling Victorian windows. It's really windy here still today in London. I live about 20 minutes walk from the Shard. You see my new jacket I got for Christmas from Jeremy. Fake fur, obviously. Won't wear real fur. So this organic shop that I'm just heading to now, which is about 2 minutes walk from here, they sell a lot of stuff like sprouts and salads and tempeh. So I'm probably going to get some tempeh and have a sandwich when I get back home. So this is what I bought. Got some curly kale, 79p reduced from £1. Can't go wrong with that. Got some parsley to flavour the soup. Now, I thought these were £1, but it wasn't these that were £1, it was the cherry tomatoes, but I still bought these anyway. But I'm going to have some sliced tomato in my tempeh wrap, which I'm going to make. I bought some wraps, which I'll show you in a second too. Got some carrots, and this is the stuff that I bought from Zest Organic. I bought some tempeh. They do a few different flavours. They do original, they do one with hemp seeds, and they do a sea vegetables. Got some vegan slices, salami. These are from Wheaty. I stopped eating wheat for about 6 weeks just before Christmas, just to see if it would help my rosacea skin condition which I have on my forehead. It didn't really seem to make any difference, so I'm back on the wheat again now. This is seitan, which is wheat protein. Not going to have that today, but I thought I'd have that later in the week. And I bought these, which are vegan-friendly, organic, gluten-free wraps. Peanut and nut-free. Not that that bothers me, but it obviously does for people that are allergic. They look kind of different to normal wraps. They look quite yellow and quite oily. And my new obsession, which are rose and radish, Rambo radish sprouts, which I just love. Not too bad, only £1.60. And the wraps for £3.75, and the salami slices for £2.75. Oh, and the tempeh was £2.95. I'm just about to start making the tempeh wrap, which I'm going to add some salads to. So if you've not used tempeh before, this is made with soybeans, and it can be steamed, fried or baked. I'm going to lightly fry this because I don't think you need to add too much oil to it. Cut the tempeh out of its little packet. But it is like, kind of like wormy tofu. I know that doesn't sound very appetizing. But it's formed obviously in 4 strips. The strips on the end are a bit thinner. I don't think they normally are, but I might just cut across the line because I don't want it too thick. So I've cut it into pieces. A little bit of olive oil, and you'll find that it doesn't take long, just a few minutes. You can lightly fry these for a minute on each side as well. These feel quite thick, almost like poppadoms. I thought actually that might be 2 together, but it's quite thick. Now I found some reduced salad in Waitrose. So I just washed the tomato. I've also got some soured gherkins. Now for the dressing, and it might not be the right flavour, but I love this stuff so much I don't care. It's the organic miso ginger salad dressing from Follow Your Heart, and I just love their stuff. Their cheeses are really good too. But this is dairy free, gluten free and vegan, obviously, because it's got the vegan seal of approval there. High in omega-3. Just gonna drizzle that over the top of the vegetables and the tempeh. So as is always with wraps, they kind of tend to fall apart. These ones are quite thick, quite difficult to manipulate to actually form into a wrap. The wraps are okay. I have to say I probably prefer the non-gluten free ones because these are quite thick and quite chewy. That tempeh is so good. It definitely tastes good with the Follow Your Heart dressing. So for the evening meal, we're going to do a bean and winter vegetable soup, which is kind of like a stew. It's a bit of a mixture. First, fry off some onions in a little bit of olive oil. Then you can add 2 carrots chopped and a little bit of parsnip if you've got any lying around. I had a bit in the fridge, which I wanted to use up. Then you can add 3 or 4 potatoes, or sweet potatoes if you prefer those. Give them a stir. Next we need to add a tin of chopped tomatoes or a packet of chopped tomatoes. Again, give them a stir. And some grated ginger. About 4 or 5 centimetres of ginger. Then we need to add some broccoli, chopped broccoli. And we're going to add some vegetable stock, organic vegan vegetable stock. About 80ml or a litre if you want it a bit more liquidy. Got some crushed chilies if you want a bit of heat. You don't need to put these in. Then some paprika, about a teaspoon. Got a teaspoon of oregano. Now we're going to simmer some lentils, green lentils I've chosen for this soup. These are going to be simmered separately from the soup for about 20 to 30 minutes. Got some garlic salt we're throwing in there, about half a teaspoon. And some kale. Wash the kale and chop off the stems. About half a bag or a third of a bag. Ah, my favourite. I am obsessed by this stuff. Nutritional yeast, fortified with B12. I've used about a dessert spoon. Now we're going to add the lentils. Then we're going to liquidize it down if you've got a hand blender. Don't want to mash it down too much. You want there to be some vegetable form in there, or if you want to liquidize it more you can do so. Now we're going to add some oat cream. The Oatly cream is so good in soups. Then we're going to season with salt and pepper and then add some chopped parsley. Give it a stir, and now we can serve our winter vegetable and green lentil soup. I hope you've enjoyed my what I eat in a day video. Let us know what you think of the recipes in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your mates and your colleagues. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon with a new video. See ya.